Master Chief, Master Cheeks, Master Cheeks, look at that fucking boy. Goddamn, he got ass. I hate this show so much, like you couldn't believe. I'm actually more surprised that this show is more split than I would have think in the first place. But hey, I got a huge problem with this show because one of the main problems that I have with this show is that it actually kills everything that Halo stands for. Master Cheeks, you just destroy his whole fucking character. For what? For absolutely no reason. So one of the main problems that I have with this series is that Master Chief is one of my favorite characters when it comes to video game. One of the things that I really like about Master Chief is that he's a character that is typically kind of flawed, you know? He thinks of himself as a machine, but he knows deep down inside that he's human, right? And you see his like character growth from all the way from Halo 1 to Halo Infinite. Of course, Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3, they didn't have too much of a character development that crazy that will make Master Chief think about himself. But what actually developed there was the relationship between him and Cortana, right? Master Chief, from everything that he has known, has been a person who has fought for humanity. That's it, right? And the thing about Master Chief is that he's not a person that has a lot of human behavior, right? He doesn't make that many jokes. He's very stoic and he's super serious with everything that he does. Of course, I think Halo 1 has a couple of jokes that he does. In Halo 2, he's not devoid of humor. The more human character that was around the whole time was Cortana. Cortana was the one that brought that humanity, that sarcasm, that spirit, that soul of the human race, right? And that relationship between Master Chief and Cortana was really, really interesting. It develops even more with like Halo 4, that made Cortana go bunkers, right? And Master Chief was like thinking about like him becoming a machine or a human and blah blah blah, and that kind of got really, really into him until like Halo Infinite, right? One of my favorite parts in Halo Infinite is that Master Chief sits down with a pilot and actually talk to him in a more human to human way. And I like that one of the things that he said is that, look, we all make mistakes, right? Because that's the part of being a human. And that development that you can see through if you're a Halo fan without reading the books, right? I never read the books. But if you play like Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 5, watch only the cutscenes, and then play 6, Halo Infinite, you see that Master Chief has grown a lot. He might still be the soldier that we all know, killing and kicking ass, right? But there's a lot that has grown from him. And that's really interesting. It's really interesting. And of course, I would like it to be expanded. And the Halo show comes on, and it fucking shits on everything that Halo has done. So one of the main problems that I have with the Halo show is that Master Chief has a lot of human behavior and a lot of emotions relatively way too early into the show, right? The discovery of him being a kidnapped kid, and the way that he has a temper tantrum with Halsey, and the way that he doesn't even like Cortana, right? That relationship between him becoming the savior of humanity and him questioning if he's a human, and the relationship of how Cortana becomes the more human compared to like Master Chief is not gonna be there on the show. You know, the relationship between him and Cortana is never gonna be the same. Cortana never chose Master Chief in the same way that Cortana chose Master Chief in the game, right? Cortana had a list of like a bunch of Spartans that she was gonna be in. And she specifically chose Master Chief because of one thing. It was luck. Master Chief was lucky. He was not even the best Spartan, but he was a lucky one, right? Master Chief was different because of it. Initially, that's what it was. And then it had a really interesting relationship between Master Chief, Cortana, and blah, blah, blah. If you play Halo 4, you know. But on the show, they completely fucked that up. He had a connection with someone who's a traitor, who was in the Covenant spaceship, and then he's like, "Oh no, I am like now fucking in love with this person that I just met, who probably can kill me in my sleep." You know, like Master Chief would have never done that. Like the first reaction of Chief seeing the Arbiter was shooting a bullet right through his head. And who stopped him? Sergeant Johnson. If Johnson wouldn't been there, he would have shot him. But Master Chief trusts Johnson a lot. And the only person he kind of now trusts is somebody who's in the fucking Covenant spaceship. He's convinced that probably the Great Journey is a real thing. And it absolutely kills the whole progress of what Master Chief and the thing about humanity, and the relationship with Master Chief and Cortana is just broken, because now Master Chief is just a spurg of a human being. He's a fucking locale. It makes me so frustrated, because what I wanted to see from the show was what I saw from the trailers. You remember the ODST trailers, the Reach trailer, the Hope trailer? All that kind of, that feeling of humanity in the brink of destruction. They were the complete underdog. Everything that Reach did. Now, one of the things that a lot of people will probably say is that, hey, dude, that's just an adaptation. It's a different timeline. And with that argument, I will give you Sonic 2, the Sonic movie. The Sonic movie is a completely different adaptation for the Sonic games, but it doesn't kill the character. In fact, out of everything that the Sonic movie has done, the Sonic movie has completely 100% has done a faithful recreation and adaptation of the original Sonic characters, way more than any of the show has ever done, like Sonic Boom. Sonic is a character, right? Sonic's a character that's driven with family, friendship, and protection, right? Tails is a character who's smart, afraid, but not completely defenseless, right? He can work. And then you got Knuckles, who is a character who comes from a tribe. He's not that smart, but he's not fucking stupid. I really, really enjoy that, because it's its own thing, but it doesn't spit on what the characters are for and what they do. The best way that I can see how can I compare this is the Devil May Cry reboot. Do you remember the DMC? That scenario of what Dante did to the DMC reboot is a complete destruction, character assassination to what we know about Dante, right? Oh, it's a different timeline on everything. It feels like you just stabbed on all the people who were invested on this franchise. And then you see that they're making this Halo show where a lot of Halo fans are really, really into it. I mean, they were really looking forward to it. Ever since back in the day with the Halo 3, the test, live action test they did a long time ago. Ever since that, the blood, the passion for a live action Halo film was always a thing that people wanted, right? We had the animation shows that are fucking good. The Halo Legends are like one of the best fucking Halo media things out there. And then you got the books. I haven't read the books, but I know there's a lot of people who are fans of the books, right? And one of the things that a lot of people really wanted to see was a live action version of Halo, or what we wanted. We got that really well with Forward Unto Dawn. This live action Halo that they have done is just a complete backstab of what the franchise is all about, right? They can still have their own timeline of what they want to do. Maybe they wanted to do more backstory for Reach. That's all fine. But you're destroying everything what the characters used to meant. And that's the big problem that people have with this show. You kill Master Chief. You kill Cortana. You kill like you make humanity like the bad guys in the scenario. And you're not showing the true strength of what the Covenant can do. You completely wasted 8 episodes in just showing Master Chief ass. What a waste. Thank you for watching. This is my Patreon. I'm back at streaming soon. Sorry, I was sick really bad. And yeah, follow me on Twitch if you want to support me. That's my Patreon. And please like and subscribe, because ring that bell. Anyways, thank you, and I'll see you later, okay? Bye bye, everyone.